Yes, kwana ị na-egbu gị igbu oni. Etu isi egbukwe ya egbukwe gị. Ọ bụ kịta. Ọ bụrụ emecha. O meghe n'izu, o meghe n'ọnwa. Mana ọ ya emerịrị. Anaghị m ekwu mkpụrụ onye kụrụ ka ọ ya aghọrọ mba. Ya bụ akụkọ ndị okwukwe. Ị didn't aghọrọ mkpụrụ ị kụrụ because ọ ya grow na another one. But the fresh one, not that one you planted that you are reaping. That's another way to see it. Okay, there are many ways you can see it, but also see it this way that you don't reap what you sow. You don't reap what you actually sow. What you sow must die. Then a new one must transform into new one. Sometimes they come in multiple numbers or that singular number, but still grow. Okay, you reap something else. You can reap small one or big one, but you don't reap what you sow. Stop believing all. One of the way they cage us is the words they taught us, both in school, religious gathering. Those words you think is just mere words you are using. No, they use them for a purpose. It may be working for them, but it will never work for us. Just like love, hope, faith, fear, humility. Which other one? I mentioned faith already. Those things will never help Africans because they are tools that put us under white supremacy. The more we use it, the more we promote it. Do you know why people change names? Do you know why people say, this is what I want to be called? Because the more they call you that, the more you are showing that thing they're calling you. The more we keep using their words like it is our original, without it, we cannot even communicate anymore. It keeps us in but we are breaking it. Africans are waking up. I heard that some part of Africa want to make it a must that their language, general language, will be Swahili. Africans can have one language. That's how it used to be. It doesn't matter the dialects that came out of it, or it can be millions of dialects. But at least we begin to understand one another, have one language. Like Igbo people, they are the Asian people. You say you are Yoruba, you are, because we have been taught away from ourselves. Blacks are one. Africans are one. We are not different people. It is the evil people that came and divided us and put institutions among us, even the one we practice in our families, to keep us apart. But our slavery condition is not permanent. That's why I'm calling us to have a rethink and come to ourselves. That we are the people they call prodigal son in the Bible, but we are not prodigal son anything. We did not squander anything. They lie on our head. It's time for us to return home. They scattered us. We did not take anything from our fathers and go and squander it on the women. You're supposed to know how these people were able, how, and they documented that. One of the things they will tell you that black people, all they know is sex. Because they saw that naturally we have that sexual urge or driving force when it comes to sex. Just look at the animals too. Because they are part of nature, they also have it. But we weren't doing like that, like as they said, oh, that's all we know. No, we were building great. They won't tell you what we were building, but they will tell you we are worshiping trees, we are worshiping stone. All of those things are lies. We were killing twins. Lie. Oh no, they only have sex, giving birth to children anyhow. That's after they destroy our land. Those things they tell you about us is what they drove us to do or what they taught us to do. And they taught us all these things in school. Growing up, I don't know if they're still doing it in Nigerian school, especially in nursery and elementary school. They will teach you that white man discovered our river. That's an insult to all the people living in that area or all the land that river flowed through. They tell you white man, Mongo Park, discovered River Niger, where we were fishing, where we were fetching water, where we were swimming, where we were doing a lot of things. We used to have things where we migrated from, which is the place they call Middle East today, after they drove us away. Because you guys don't know, all of us in Western Africa today, it was not or West Africa today, it's not our original place. It's our backyard. Let me use that word. It's our land, but it was not our main building, main place we were. They drove us away from the Middle East. The place you are calling the land of Israel or Palestinians is our land. All those Saudi Arabia, Russia, all of them our land. They drove us away. Until today, we keep scattering ourselves because they tell us it's God, Tower of Babel, that came and scatter us and give us different languages. We used to have one language, but different dialects. We understand or understood each other. Our brethren in America here, it was not called America then, but we come from Africa, other parts of Africa to do trade here with our brethren, visit our brethren. But today, you see some black people denying their blackness, or Africans denying the African root. Why? Because of war, because of poverty, because of suffering. And we are suffering it everywhere we go. There's no place you will go, you see black people just living together like that and building themselves, because we remain scattered people until we come back to ourselves. That's come back home. When I say come back home or go back home, I'm talking about coming to ourselves or going to ourselves. It has nothing to do with land. Wherever we are nature. Wherever we are, nature goes with us. Nature flows with us. All those things they created, you, age, all that, time. There's no time, there's no age in nature. It is people who made up that with their limited thinking. And the only bad part of it, they force other people to believe them. But in the antiquity, black people Africans don't force anyone to do one particular thing. You may go to a village, they have different ways of communication, different ways of practicing whatever they want to practice. They never make it one. That's the evil of white people. They make one thing and they force everyone to follow that one. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter what you think is the better way. No, stay this way. And people keep suffering. So that's why they convince you that it's a spiritual thing. It is not. The psychological mess us up. They started with physical warfare, then ended it with what? Psychological warfare. That's why you see books. We invented books, but they hijack it, begin to write nonsense. They rewrite history. Until today, we are suffering it. You come to a place like Nigeria today, or in Igbo land, you see some people living in Igbo land, answering Igbo name, having Igbo culture. But because Nigeria government learned from the evil white people how to divide and rule people, they divided us. And today, your brother is saying he's no longer your brother. I say, even as I speak now, me and my own biological siblings, we are not in good terms. But does that mean they're no longer my siblings? They remain my siblings. But we don't talk anymore. We don't come because I refuse to be a Christian and stood my ground, not hypocritical, awakened Africa. No, I said anything that have to do with religion or spirituality, I'm out of I don't need them. Spirituality is our own religion as a people. We form it. That's what I mean. It's not our root. It's not our nature. Spirituality is a belief system. Our people have that um, cosmology, where they study the cosmos or the world and begin to interpret. And different people have experience and come up. This is one. We have different calendars in Africa then among us. Originally, it was not Africa. We have Africa. That's where white people call Africa. Okay, it originally Kemet. When you hear Kemet, that place you are calling Middle East today was Kemet. That's where we came from. Especially you Yorubas and Igbos and the Hausas in Nigeria that are stupid. All of us, we are one. We came from the same place before they came. Arabs first came and they confused our people and turned them into Fulanis and other bullshit. Arabic way of living, which has nothing to do with Africa. So today now, Igbos are against Hausa. Hausa is against Igbo. Hausa and the Yoruba against Igbo. Igbo and the Yoruba against Hausa. And they keep claiming we are one Nigeria. No, we are not one Nigeria. We are one people. We're supposed to throw away all this political nonsense they used to cage us, all this educated nonsense they used to cage us, and to show them that we taught them how to live. How dare they say that we don't know how to rule ourselves? No, it is their system. We don't know how to rule ourselves in their system because it is their system. In our own system, we know how to rule. We rule ourselves. We have elders. We don't have kings. We weren't slaves. We weren't practicing any form of slavery, including the ones that Igbo people are doing today, you call boy. It is not our origin, our root. It is war, poverty that caused us to be doing all that. People now giving birth to children to go and serve other person. No, before you and your family, whatever trade you know how to do, whatever business you and your family will be going there. Unless people that used to travel to buy some goods and come back, or do some trading with outsiders. But other than that, we are one, black people. Some of you want me to be talking only about Biafra, about Igbo. No, I'm talking about the whole Africa, because what is happening to our people in Nigeria is happening to our people all over the world. You can never separate what is happening to Africans or black people today from what is happening to Igbos in Nigeria. The reason why you think it's only that people that are Igbo, because they are the one that carry that name. It's not Igbo, it's Ndi Igbo or Ndigbo. Not Ndi Igbo, ancient people, original people. That's why you go to Igbo land, you still see pyramid. The same way you see it in Egypt, the same way you see it in Mali or other places that Africans developed or have their thriving civilizations before the invaders came. We were civilized people. That's why we weren't going about invading other people and taking their properties. We were civilized people. It was the uncivilized people that came to us, learned ways of living, then corrupted it and used it against us and begin to enslave their teachers. They begin to enslave their helpers. We helped them when they came out of cave. They don't know how to bathe. We taught them to wash themselves. We taught them all that. But they will never teach you that. They will teach you that they discover you. That without them, you will not have good road, you will not have electricity. We taught them this Spain you are seeing today. We built Spain. We built Spain. We ruled Spain for hundreds of years without putting chain on any of them, without forcing them to take our language. Because we invented language, so every language came from Africa, every language, including English language. But we hate English language because they enslaved us. We hate Arabic language because they enslaved us. I don't care whatever you are saying till tomorrow. There's no way you can convince me that there's one human race. Slave trade show you there was no one human race. And those idiots among us that think that, oh, slavery worked because our people supported white people in slavery, it's a lie. It's like telling me because the armed robbers broke into your house and forced your father to sleep with your sister, that, yeah, if your father didn't join them, that wouldn't have happened. They forced him. And not every one of our people succumbed to their nonsense. It was, in fact, the weakling one. That's why it seems like we are weak today. They killed the strong ones, those that resisted. They killed them, chopped their head off in front of their family, rape our fathers. Do you hear what I said? I didn't say rape our mothers and daughters and sisters. No, they first sodomized our fathers. Arabs did that first before the Europeans came. Go read your Bible. You will still hear about the male prostitutes in Jerusalem temple or wherever they worship God in the Bible. You hear about male prostitutes. It's not African thing. Never. But they copied those things we were doing and use them to write those books you see. They call it Holy Book. Holy Bible, Holy Quran, Holy Torah. All of them are lies. Because when you stole people's way of living and use it to write something to make up and still give it to them to deceive them, it's not only a lie, it is evil. That's why when I talk about God, about Jesus, I tell you they are evil. It is in the name of God and Jesus that Africans were permanently conquered. Permanently conquered. That's to their defeat to last. Because for us to undo all these things that have been done to us is still gonna take years too. That's why I keep warning you. Anybody coming up telling you it will free you today, don't listen. If that person is not among world powers, don't listen to that person. Don't follow that person, no matter the movement they form. The only accepted movement, so long I'm concerned, is to wake Africans up, spreading the knowledge of factual truth. Some of you don't want to grow in knowledge. You stand in one thing, just like spiritual and religious people, thinking it will be like that forever. Learn how to evolve in nature. When I left Africa for America, I evolved too. I still have it according to where they raised me, but here where I am today, it's still me, but I evolved. I don't reason like people living where I came from because I've traveled and see a lot of different things. Many things I know today, I never even have any hint of them when I was in Africa. I came to America as an adult. I came to America 2004. I came to America as a father. I came to America as a grown man. I did not come to America as like my daughter when she was 2 years old. We need to wake up Africans. So welcome to the woke nation. Our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where personally, I will keep doing it until I sleep. I encourage us to enjoy our lives wherever we are. Individually, as a person, wherever you are, enjoy your life. Even if you have so little, know how to enjoy your life. Don't let your unnecessary desire or your blinded desire lead you away from your path. I've been telling you about your nature and your path. Your nature and your path are one base. It's like you are the nature. Then you have your path, how things work for you or with you. There are people, so long they maintain their lane, whatever they're doing, even if they're making so little from it, they are satisfied and they don't have any other problem. But there are people that, if they touch anything, that doesn't mean they are greater than the other people. No. The only problem those people have, instead of them to share with others, they want to even oppress you that is minding your own business, staying in your lane. They want to also oppress you, to force you to go join them. That's why you see all this evil going on, because we don't have our ways anymore. We have the foreign ways. They are thieves, they are robbers. We are thieves and robbers today in Africa because they taught us, thieves and robbers enslaved us. They colonized us. A thief and a robber cannot train you and you not become a thief and a robber. You must become whatever they train you to be. Just as they train you in school to become a graduate. Whatever they taught you in school, you have to use it to do what? Feed yourself. Know yourself and know your part. So long you know yourself, nobody can enslave you. Even animals that know themselves, you cannot enslave them. That's why you use rope to tie them down or chain or keep them in a place. When you know yourself, then know your part, how things work for you. If I want to become a zillionaire, I will do it and get it. But you know what? After I've gotten it, and I thought maybe all is well, now let me enjoy it. Somebody will bring an allegation that something I never did. I never even thought of doing that. And the minute they lay that allegation, they will believe them. I will suffer it. But staying in my lane, do you think I don't have temptation? I'm living in America and I'm not like among the people spraying money like that. I have money. I can also do the change some money. I have a lot of credit cards here too. I can even take money from them to do nonsense that I know will affect me. It's not maybe to start a business. How can I start a business in Nigeria now? No, because it has been corrupt. All those importers, all those ones claiming billionaires. Okay, you want to ship this thing to Nigeria? They say $1,000. I say, come on, I have only $100. I cannot ship this thing to Nigeria. But then he said 1,000. He said, don't worry, I got containers of it. I will pay everything. They have the money to do that. Does that mean they are better than me? No. Does that mean they are greater than me? No. In fact, I'm better than them. Because according to the system where we are living in, if you build your house with a high fence, people will want to know what is behind that fence. They want to bring that wall down. It's not you that are trying to bring down. They want to know what is going on. This money you are spending like this, are you suffering the same way we are suffering to make it? Even a rich doctor, an African doctor in America here that have a place in Africa. See, when they go, do you see them spreading money like that? They don't do that because they know how they made that money. Yeah, a doctor, but he have like 4 jobs and he go to all those 4 places in a day. So maybe 1 hour here, 2 hours there, 3 hours there, 4 hours there, 1 hour there. But if they want to travel in the first class, they have the money, so they have to do. Will I kill myself? For example, I'm mental health aid in America. I know how much the nurses make. I know how much the doctors make. Do you want me to compete with them? I must be stupid. I know my part. I stay. I don't have problem in my path. It's every time I get out of my, or anytime I get out of my path, that's when I begin to suffer. So you see, they raised me to take care of other people. But I found out me trying to take care of other people ends me in trouble. But if it's me working to take care of myself and those around me, those that agree with me, not then depending on me, but together mutually. That even when I was a Christian, when I wanted to marry, I tell her, listen, I want somebody I will build up together. I did not make money and begin to look for riak. No. Why should I make money and somebody else just come to enjoy it? That's why you see many women become so stupid. They're waiting for a man to marry them to take care of them, instead of them to work and take care of themselves. I don't directly blame them, but I also blame their fathers. Because if their fathers didn't sell them to another man, they wouldn't be like that. Or they raised them like that. Oh, you must marry. If you don't marry, hey, you have to, a man supposed to do this. A man supposed to pay the bills. A man supposed to do, no. Let us wake up so that we stop all this nonsense going on among us and in our land, wherever we are. I make $1. Okay, I spend it to benefit me, and I still have change. I will not spend it as nurses spend. I will not spend it as doctors spend. Many of you are poor, but you are in the meeting of rich men. You are in the association of rich men, and they're insulting you there. You just stay there because of namesake. Oh, yeah. So whatever you say, so long I'm a member. Okay. You see some poor people join Ogboni then. They didn't make it. They said they use those ones to you know. So I'm talking about us today, Africans. Black people, African people's unity and freedom. That's what I want to talk about today. Welcome. Blacks unity and freedom. African unity and freedom. Before we were born, black people, Africans have been talking about unity and freedom. African unite. Bob Marley sang it. Peter Tosh sang it. All these musicians, real musicians from Africa, they have been singing this before you were born, before your parents get married. So it's not something of today. This thing has been happening. Our people has been trying to free ourselves. But do you know funny part of it? All those people, Marcus Garvey, all those Pan-African heroes, both in America and outside America. Like I think Nkrumah from Ghana and Azikiwe from Nigeria. They were part of Marcus Garvey's movement for Africans in America, that's black people, to go back to Africa. Did they succeed? No. Why? First, they are God-fearing. They believe in God. And secondly, those who are oppressing them, who work to make sure they fair, also believe in God. Do you get where I'm going to? Without God, we will have unity. What destroy our unity? The sword that Chinua Achebe said in Things Fall Apart, that cut what unite us, what bind us together, is God, sword. Read it. Old Testament, God is sword. New Testament, Jesus is sword. Old Testament will tell you about the sword of the Lord. He said, we send sword. And New Testament, Matthew chapter 10, verse 34, Jesus said, do you think I came to bring peace? He said, no, I did not come to bring peace. I came to bring sword. Christianity, Islam, all of them sword. The moon there is sword. The cross there in Christianity is sword, sword, sword. All of them, African revolutionaries, they have risen and they fell or killed. Look at their life. They have faith in God. They have fear of God. And that was their problem that they don't know. They tell them, oh, maybe it's a spiritual thing. No. No. You believe in God. God is the beginning of division. God is the source of division. God is the source of hate. God is the source of poverty. They even built sheep to go. But these people crippled them. The man later died. All of them. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu agitating for freedom of Biafra, our people. He believed in God. So look at what happened to him. I say, our people, can't you think? Listen, we don't need God. One of the things that divided and drawing us back is God. That's why you see, you jump from religion. You say you're jumping back to what you call your root. And you say spirituality. Spirituality is not our root. Jumping from religion to spirituality is like jumping from frying pan to fire. Spirituality brought our doom. With spirituality, they were easy. It was not hard for them. It was easier for them to penetrate us than tell us there is God in heaven. You have not seen the Chukwu Kabiama you're talking about. Hey, that's the God I'm talking about. These things are recorded in their Bible. Read it, Acts chapter 17. They tell you went to Athens, Africa. He went there. He saw people with inscription on a tower or something like that. He said, to the unknown God. He said it was dedicated to the unknown God. Still the same thing our people is doing in spirituality. Why do you continue doing the wrong thing and expecting the right thing to happen? Or doing the same thing and expecting different results? They say you said there is a higher force, higher power. They know such things don't exist. They have even looked through through whatever device you invented then. Microscope, you think white man. No, we had all those things. That's why we created calendar. Not white people created, we created calendar. They look at it and say that these people are stupid. You haven't seen this higher force. He said you have a deity that communicates with it. Then he gives you a message. You are hearing yourself, not any God. Oh, I can consult this, I do this. It is you. Alpha spoke to me. Spirit, it's you. It's you. There's no God anywhere speaking to you. There's no Alpha. There's no spirit anywhere. One of them said that, you actually work with nature. You are nature. You don't have chi. In Igbo land, chi means nature. It's not spirit. It's not God. And it's not supposed to be worshipped. You're not supposed to pay homage to anything, any nature. Nature don't ask you for anything. You are part of nature. You were born to live, explore, and enjoy nature, not to worship nature, not to attack nature. He said she worked with nature. Nature worked with time. excuse me, time is man-made. Time, there's no time in nature. There's no age in nature. When the sun comes up, we comes up. When sun goes down, we goes down. It's nature. We are nature, my people. I told you this coming from Nigeria, coming back from Nigeria 2 years ago. I told you. I was up in the air shedding tears when I look at Africa and look at France, a whole continent. They don't have such airport they have in Paris, France there. You go to our own, it looks so unkempt, you know. They see their own. Every heavy machine, every working well. See people going and coming, going and coming. See, when they tell you the most visited place in the whole world, I like how people travel. Africa, I think was it only Morocco I saw there. But you hear what they tell you about Kenya, why they go there, they don't go there anymore. The wise people you see still going there are those who are going to say, okay, this is what they did. Let me go see if I can get some. And that's one of the reasons I'm never against Yahoo boys. Especially the Nigerian government, stop bothering Yahoo boys. Learn how to use them. You can use them to hack computers. Learn from Chinese people. Recruit your people who are smart, those who know how to use this is the age we are in. America came up AI. Just this week, was it this week or last week? China developed their own AI. American stock own collapse. You see why everybody fear China? They don't talk like you. They don't preach like you. You do something. They don't just want to do the same thing. They want to do it more. America went to the moon. The moon has become a tourist place for Chinese people. For what? That's a small thing to them. You see how Trump is deporting brown people and black people. He will not try it with Chinese people in America. He himself knows that one. Because he got business with China. They will deal with him. They can even hack his account, do whatever. They have that power. Are you talking of Russia? Okay, that one, nah. That's where some lousy people think, oh yeah, they want in Africa, they want, they are listening to nonsense people made up and tell them Putin say. Because these people so much destroy us, they give us those mentality, dominion mentality. We think dominion, okay, we have to dominate. They taught us that. But you're supposed to dominate them, not yourselves. It's them, they taught you to war. You're supposed to be warring against themselves. They beat you today, you go and train again, come back. You keep warring with them until you win. They taught you to kneel down and pray. God will, the vengeance belongs to the Lord. He will fight for you. He will send you, believe it. Greater is one that is in you than he that is in the world. Okay, believe it. They that with us are greater than they that with them. Because a nonsense book full of lies says so. Come on, wake up, my people. Wake up. Blacks' unity and freedom. Genesis chapter 11. 1 to 9. Welcome to Bible study. God cannot unite and free us, black people. Have you not cried enough in churches? Have you not hit your head on the ground in mosque? Have you not hit your head enough on the wall of Jerusalem? Have you not kissed that pussy in Saudi Arabia enough? Wake up. Despite all that, we remain poor. We have all the riches in this world, richer than every other race. But we are the poorest, suffering. Great day, Wahab. He said, at one time, that's how Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 is supposed to start. Once upon a time. He said, at one time, all the people of the world, black people, spoke the same language and used the same words. As the people migrated to the east, Middle East, right? We did not migrate to there. No, that's where we started. Then we moved. That the one that think, oh, people we come there. So they begin to. Don't you see that they so deceive us that when we are reading Bible or Quran, we read it with seriousness and the pitying God in it. Yeah, God punish them. God kill them because they disobey God. I will not disobey God. God, you are good. I don't want you to deal with me as you deal with those unbelievers. I'm a believer. I believe there is God. Doesn't matter what they say. Convince me there is no God. Okay, now your suffering has been convincing you there's no God. Your poor condition has been convincing you there's no God. But because you are spiritually blind, that's you can't use your brain, you are brain dead. You are saying, God is good. Let God be true. All men lie. They're lying. God is true. Okay, they caught your pastor, fornicating. Oh no, he's a man of God. He's not God. He's a human being. Oh God, let God be true. As the people migrate to the east, they found a plain in the land of Babylonia. Remember, it never existed. Babylon. What they call it Babylon today, as I heard, is the present day Iraq. It has nothing to do with the Bible. Every story of the Bible is lie. My people, those things you read and believe about Israel in the Bible, they are all lies. That Israelites in the Bible never existed as people. In reality, they never existed. It was a fictional state in the Bible, just as you have Wakanda today. How many of you came from Wakanda? But he's talking about Africa. But they envision future. They want Africa to be like that in future. And we can do that. If we can give the world science, mathematics, internet, why not? We can do it. We build it, we gave them pyramids, we gave them sphinx before. It's in us. But one thing that is keeping us down today as we speak is God. God cannot unite and free us. No, anybody that comes in the name of God is our enemy. It will never, whether they are our brethren or our strangers. They tell you, blessed is he who do what? Comes in the name of the Lord. The Lord, the slave owner, God, white people. All the African leaders today, including the Igwe of your villages, the traditional ruler of your villages, all of them are working for white people. If you don't know it before, hear it now and begin to think. They began saying to each other, let's make bricks and harden them with fire. In this region, bricks were used instead of stones, and tar was used for mortar. Then they said, come, let's build a great city for ourselves, and with a tower that reaches into the sky. If you bring somebody from my village and tell him this thing is talking about black people, somehow you say it's a lie. It's talking about Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. You see, most of our people in Jamaica, they sing Babylon and corruption, Babylon, Babylon. Babylon must fall. Babylon has fallen. It's in the Bible, Babylon. Babylon are those who don't believe in God. Babylon, they don't believe in God. Uncircumcised Philistines. Do we supposed to be circumcising ourselves in the first place? No, we don't supposed to. We don't supposed to. You were born perfect. Why are you cutting part off? Because you don't like it or what? Or you making it to you, and you think children don't feel that pain. That's one of the traumas that most all of us are suffering. All of us that we are circumcised when we are so little. Children fear pain. Newborn baby feel pain, not fear. Feel pain. They feel pain too. Just like also the lie. You think children don't know, you can't teach children themselves. You can't teach them certain things, they are not of age. You are lying to yourself. You're supposed to be teaching them everything because it's being recorded in their brain. Even the ones they see without nobody talking to them is also being registered in their subconscious or subconsciousness. He said, this will make us famous and keep us from being scattered all over the world. Division is not African origin, but if you read the Bible, we see it. This is the origin of division. Verse 5. But the Lord came down to look at the city and the tower the people were building. White people came, Greeks, Arabs, They came to see what we are building, wonderful things, because we are famous then. They were coming buying things from us. We are never going to them to buy anything because they don't have anything. What they are struggling, they have to dig ground to get. They see that it's littered on our streets. There's no reason for us to suffer in this world, Africans. If you have the powers and you have the knowledge of ancient Africans, begin to take power in your areas. And those of you, if you say you have African powers that we can use to fight and stand, at least we start by taking the places of authority in our villages, in our towns, in our communities, in our states, in our countries, in Africa, so that we can unite easily and fight for our freedom. Because so long we are divided, we will never win. It's division that you make you think, Idi Amin, he was evil, but he was trying to do what we're supposed to collectively join hands and do, to put white people where they belong, where they're supposed to be. They're not supposed to be above us. They're not supposed to be equal with us. They're supposed to be under us because we taught them what they know. The student can never be greater than the teacher. The best the student can be is to be like the teacher. But to be greater than the teacher is a lie. They cannot. We taught them all that. They came down to see the city and the tower that people were building. Remember, if you go to Genesis, I think chapter 5 or chapter 4, when Cain killed his brother and ran to Africa, say he ran to the city of Nod, city, none of deterioration. That's not, because they put some word you don't know. N-O-D, not of deterioration. We are not white. The people that deteriorate, people that are not that are not in communion with the sun, people that are afraid of the sun. If any white man make mouth, tell him during summer, if you're in America, let us go and stand under the sun for 2 hours. Under the hot sun for 2 hours, then we go back home. You see who will begin to run. We are nature. We are not of the deteriorating people, deterioration. We are not. So they came down. And they look at the city and the tower we are building. Look, he said, the people are united and they all speak the same language. After this, nothing they set out to do will be impossible for them. You cannot have one language. You cannot you cannot be united and speaking one language and not win any war you go to. Even white people know that. That's why whenever they have war among themselves, they begin to solicit for black people to come join them to fight. And any side black people join must win. We are nature. They are not. Say, nothing they set out to do will be impossible for them. He said, come, let's go down and confuse the people with different languages. Then they won't be able to understand each other, because when they don't understand each other, they cannot unite. When they don't understand each other, they cannot build. When they don't understand each other, they cannot fight for common cause. Say, let us go. It is God, oh. You are worshiping, you black person, you African, you are worshiping this evil God that saw united people, prosperous people, and said, let us go and confuse them with different languages. Why? This is it. He said, in that way, the Lord scattered them all over the world, and they stopped building the city. That is why the city was called Babel, because that is where the Lord confused the people, the people with different languages. In this way, what? He scattered them all over the world. You see how they write it here, right? Okay, let me read it with New King James Version. There's word they removed here, but I'm happy. I know about different versions. Let me read that verse 9 again. It said, therefore his name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth, to stop them from building. So they were building before God came. They were united before God came. My people, Africans, Biafrans, whatever name you be as a black person, I want you to know that God cannot unite and free us. Nobody that believes in God can unite and free us. No people that believe in God can unite and free us. It is people that believe in God that divided us in the first place. They are the one that scattered us. They are the one that put us in this mess we are in today. Obeying the law cannot unite and free us. That's why they made those laws. Tell you this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. They gave you the book. So long you believe the content of the Bible to be true or to be word of God, you will never unite and fight for your freedom. It is time we begin to break that law of bondage, which is another word is yoke. Of law is yoke. They use it to control you. They use it to limit you. Including the law governments are making. What power does Donald Trump using to deport people that came here to seek for comfort or to at least live their normal life? He had to make one. He says executive order. He got that power. They gave him that power to do such things. The law limits us. Is the yoke of bondage. In James chapter 2, verse 10, he said, even if you keep the whole law, but it's fail in one, he said you are a lawbreaker. That's why let me remind you again, Matthew chapter 7, 21, 23. Jesus will deny all of you Africans. That thing you say at last, why people will still deny you? All of you working for them against your own people, they will still, it's happening to them, especially in America here. You deny your people, you relate with them, oh, okay, after that they come against you. Bill Cosby them, Martin Luther King them. See how they buy them. They come against them. Bill Cosby is not in jail. I mean, it was jailed. Then he came out. Trump was never jailed. You know the reason? White privilege, white supremacy. Yes. We stop romancing it. Say it as it is. You're afraid they will deport you or they will kill you. Anyone that kill you, do you has just done you a favor. Why are you afraid of being killed or die? You can die. I may lay down now and you never see me again. That doesn't mean that's my end. No, I'm coming back again. Now, how many times I've been coming back? There, we don't have numbers in nature. We are numberless in nature. We are ageless in nature. Mm. Would you break the law for your unity and freedom, Africans? We must do that. I tell you that. You see all that 10 commandments they used to cage you. You must break the 10 commandments to free yourself. You see that they know. That's why they get you. That's why in America now they want to, like in Louisiana, their governor, they already signed it. Put 10 commandments in every school. For what? How can you tell somebody, I am the Lord thy God, when children, they never see this God and you're teaching them? Why can't that God go to those schools and tell them what is written? Why can't God verbalize those things to everybody, wherever they are, believing and worshiping him? He's supposed to be everywhere and all powerful. But he can't because he never existed. He don't exist. That why people are worshiping God doesn't mean God exists. That your ancestors worship God doesn't mean God exists. Those who have faith in God are not living without fear, which is their bondage, their torment. Fear of God is bondage, not freedom. You can never fear God or believe in God and have freedom. He will not allow you. He said, if you keep the whole unfair one, you're a lawbreaker. So imagine the type of fear. That's why he said in Romans chapter 11, verse 20, he said, now you have faith. You have been engrafted by faith. He said, fear. He said, do not be haughty, do not be proud. Oh, no. Fear. It is fear that can keep you in faith. If you deal with fear, you will fall from faith to knowledge. And knowledge is praying. And God's people are perishing all over the world for what? Lack of knowledge. Not Africans. Africans are not perishing for lack of knowledge. Africans are perishing under white supremacy. You can't have the fear of God and claim God has not given you the spirit of fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear. He has given us the spirit of power, of love, and discernment. Bullshit. So why are you telling people to love God or to love? If God has given you the spirit of love, so why are you struggling and want me to love? I don't want to love because I don't believe in God. God is love. I hate God. Everything God. I hate them. I don't need them. Using their own word. Yeah, I hate them. You cannot have the fear of God and claim God has not given you the spirit of fear. I come across this yesterday. Malcolm X said, leave your religion at home. Leave your spirituality at home. Leave your faith and beliefs at home. Let us unite on the ground. We are all blacks, Africans, people suffering oppression. At least listen to Job chapter 35 verse 10, since you believe in the Bible. He said, in the multitude of the oppression, none of them paused and said, none of them asked question, where is my maker? Who they say gives song in the night. I'm in the night now, I need that song, I'm not hearing anything. He said they didn't ask, none of them asked, where is my maker? Where is God my maker? Who gives song in the night? I'm crying this night. I'm suffering this night. The burden is too much on me. Where is this God? Why can't you ask that question? Look at what is happening in Nigeria as we speak. Igbos can't travel to their villages anymore. And in those villages, there are churches everywhere. And those Igbos, everywhere they are religious everywhere. They still believe in God despite of what is happening in their town, in their villages. None of them ask, where is this God? Where it, and that's what I'm happy. Even after every Christmas, you must see somebody in Igbo land who say there is no God. You know why? Because I have seen people oppressing him with flashy cars, exotic cars, and money. He said, "Now let me tell myself the truth. There is no God." Some of them don't want to say that because they still want to. It must. Let's see again if this year it will happen. But we are waking up. Let us unite on the ground. We are all black or we are all African. African people suffering oppression. No excuse because your faith and beliefs cannot help us as a people. Your God cannot help us as a people. Your religion cannot help us as a people. Your spirituality cannot help us as a people. We don't need all those things that is rooted in beliefs and faith. We need things that is rooted in facts. So that we can ask question and get the right answer, not ask question and they give us blanket answer like that. Don't worry, okay. Nobody knows it. Don't just believe what we say. No. The God of people that invaded us, the God of people that divided us, the God of people that colonized us, their God can never watch or help us unite to free ourselves. Including the gods of your ancestors. Those gods you believe your ancestors worship, they cannot save us, they cannot help us. We are the one that we rise up and help ourselves. Are you not the one feeding those gods? Are you not the one worshiping those gods? Are you not the one giving offering to those gods? If those gods exist, they won't need any offering from you. They will be able to provide for themselves and provide for you. Why are you giving to God or gods that never provided for you? They lie to you that God gave you life. God created you. And you'll be talking to the muzzle. Yeah, God. Yeah. Which God? And you are suffering. Look at Anambra State. The state government made law against traditional way of worship. But it's not a new thing. You know the year Bakassi came. There's nothing that is happening in Anambra State today that is new. But it's only coming in a greater phase. It keeps increasing. But it has been there all along. Before, there was time they used to kidnap people in the broad daylight in Opiweka. Before they built that flyover there. That place used to be bush, people shitting. So you want to go through there to go enter the bus, they kidnap you in the broad daylight, carry you. Kidnapping. That's why you make law against certain people. The law of the land is supposed to be for everybody in the land. You spare the church and fighting the people that have shrine or people that are doing traditional. You can't even Ezemai them. Akwakoko. But you will open your stinking mouth and call about the bishops, the pastors, the reverend fathers are molesting our little children in different churches. You will make law against them. You will make law against noise pollution everywhere in our land, in Anambra State. You see one building, one will be 3-story building. You have 6 churches, some 8 churches in one building. And each have its own public address system. You see the megaphone, they put it there, big speaker, disturbing the whole neighborhood. Early morning, people are having nice sleep. Oh, yeah. God, Jesus, give your life to Jesus. Disturbing people. You didn't see that one. And the people who are committing all those atrocities in our land are people, Christians, mostly Christians. Check all of them that have been caught recently. They are Christians. The governor self said that. Then why are you making law against those people that are going to consult to help them? Even you, the governor of Anambra State, you can't tell me that you never consulted any native doctor before or any member of your family don't go there. But you see how you're saying it like Christianity comes with solution. The traditional people came with problem. And you are governor, for crying out loud. What is the work of the military? What is the work of the police? Why are you making law against traditional people and saying, putting it on them? Are they the one that caused kidnapping in Anambra State? No, you politicians are the one that boost it. Oh, you hire them to work for you and you don't pay them where you give them gun. They know how to use gun now. You think they will watch others living better than them? Yeah, they want to sleep in hotel too. They want to have nice car too. Stop passing your failure on weak people or people you think they don't have power. And I'm happy as some DBs are beginning to sound now. Yes, our people, traditional people, are supposed to have representative in every level of government. And they're supposed to have the final say. That's what, where is their power? You can use your power. He said this person will be the next governor. And all of you begin to consult all the things you consult. Do that medicine that if you can do. Somebody will go through airport without them catching him with the drug he carries. Yeah, use it also to unseat all the governors, all the chairmen, even the president of Nigeria to put our people there. Can you do that? If you cannot do that, you don't have power. The power you have is power to oppress. You don't have power to liberate. If you have power to liberate, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have not remained in prison today. They still holding Nigeria. You don't tell me you don't know where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. Where is your powers, all you native doctors? Where is your powers? All you ministers of God, where is your powers? It's people like me you think you can intimidate. That you and that you see our people suffering. You believe they're using human being to make this thing. So what is the work of God? The God you governor worship, the God you native doctors worship, the God you pastors worship, the God you Christians, Anambra State Christians worship. Where is the power of that God? That evil keep going. Where you think you achieve something, you employ some people, they begin to kill people anyhow. Then the thing, there's some people will run away. After 1 year, it begin to come up again because you are not solving your problems. You are romancing them, looking for who to blame. Hey, you are the one. You are the reason why this thing is happening. But we have government. Just like as an individual, we go using money to oppress their people, building nonsense in the name of they are building mansion. You don't know that's part of corruption and increasing corruption in the land? That's how I get corrupted also. Even in elementary school, I was planning to become a billionaire. And I was out to do whatever it takes. But the first one I attempted in Jos, they say you bring the person you love in your family. That's the hint they gave to me. I say, no, I love my mother, not doing that. I say it jokingly recently. I say, had it been I know that time, I would have used my mother to do the ritual. The way, because now we don't talk again since I'm no longer a Christian and all that, with all the nonsense he got in her head against me. I did not rise up against her. She rose up against me. And you want me to swallow it as a child? I'm no longer her child. No, I'm not. I'm her son, not her child. I've grown. Do you hear what they tell you? To us, a child is born. Unto us, what? A son is given. Although they are lies, but they are telling you something that when you grow, you are no longer a child. Remember, the man will leave his what? Father and mother and cleave to his wife. You have to leave. But we have Christian parents that don't want us to leave. We have Muslim parents that don't want us to leave in Africa. They want us to stay with them till death. I born you for you to take care of me. No, you did not born. You don't supposed to born any child or children to take care of you. Leave them to live their life. You take care of them that little and leave them. When they grow, they will also do their own part and leave you. But not you holding them hostage because you born them. They're responsible. That's why you begin to enter different meetings. Some of you will go to the extent you go to church and make donation and call your children to bring the money. You are wicked. You don't even care about what your children are going through to make whatever they're making. Because you raise them to deny facts. You raise them to lie, to fear. Oh no, if I disobey my parents, nothing will happen to me. Nothing. Anything you think that will happen to me because of my parents, is to you it will happen, not to me. You don't know me. I'm Ebubedike. Take my name anywhere. They will tell you who I am. Because those people can never be against me and succeed. And the one that say he must succeed, we go with that. Black people, are you ready to live your religion? Are you ready to live your spirituality? Are you ready to live your faith? Are you ready to live your fear? Are you ready to live your faith or belief for our freedom, for our unity? The little one I'm doing, sometimes I feel like this thing is not going anywhere. But I remember I am a sower. I remember my duty is to spread the knowledge, not to make money. Is to spread knowledge. At least I can still walk. If I get that too old, I cannot walk, I go back to my village. Do you hear what I'm saying? Instead of me to begin to beg you online, I go back to my village where I can still feed myself. Then from there, I sleep to be born again. Are you ready? I want you to know that God is not real. Heaven is not real. Jesus is not real. Satan is not real. Demons are not real. Angels are not real. Hellfire is not real. Judgment day is not real. We judge now. Wrath of God is a lie. God cannot punish anyone. Thunder fire that God. Whatever you call that God or whoever you call that God, thunder fire that God. God is not real. Why we are suffering? You telling me about God? It's time we begin to slap them because it's in the Bible. It's time we begin to beat them. Anybody that comes in the name of the Lord, we beat that person. We don't need the Lord. The Lord that cannot fix our road. The Lord that cannot help us to invent things. But you want me to be what? Scared of him? for not showing himself. Thunder fire that God, wherever that God is. When do you think we can unite ourselves? When do you think we can free ourselves? When? When do you think you will leave religion? You will leave spirituality, you will leave faith, you will leave beliefs for our unity and the freedom? When? It is now it's supposed to be. Leave religion now for our unity and the freedom. It is possible, and you can do it. According